Hello, just a really quick tutorial on how to set Great Conjunction to respond to incoming control change messages, MIDI messages, so that you can kind of synchronize the root note and scale of your sequences. So right now on the MIDI page, I have each one of the three sequencers set to channel 1. And on my little Phantasmal Force here, I have set this button and this button to send control change messages. Now, I've put them each into a mode where the buttons do nothing. So I've put them in pot mode, not value or CC number. I put them in solo mode, meaning that I can click on one of these without sending a message, but I am then taking control of the knob. So if I press this, it's going to send something on CC7. If I press this, it's going to send something on CC4. So if you look at this page here, what we're trying to control are these two parameters. So one is the root note, and that's CC4. So I'm going to click CC4, and then I'm just going to rotate this, and you can see that I'm controlling that, and not only just on this sequencer, but on all of them at the same time. And if I were to press this button here and then rotate the knob, I should be controlling whatever scale it's in. So if I start, let's just start in a good old major scale, and we'll start down here in C, and I'll hit play, and let's see what happens when I start to play with these things. So let's change that root note. So you can play it. You could either set up each button on here to send a specific CC message to get to whatever note you want it and play it kind of chromatically that way. Or in this case, I've just decided to just use the knob to sort of glide around from pitch to pitch. This, just keep in mind, is different than if you have a MIDI keyboard connected and you're playing notes. MIDI notes take control of Great Conjunction in a different way. This is just sending a control change message to the root note. MIDI keyboard, on the other hand, if we were playing notes, which you can send, you could set these to send MIDI notes as well. But a MIDI note will do two things. It will change whatever note, like if you send it a C4, it's going to send the C part to here, and it's also going to send the octave. So it sort of transposes the, not just the note of the sequence, but the octave as well. So by controlling this via CC, you're very specifically just changing the note and not the octave. But let's listen to what happens when we change the scale. So we'll hit play. I'm going to switch over to this button, which is CC7. And you should now it's framing all of those notes into the new scale for all parts of each of the sequencers. And so depending, it's obviously going to sound a lot different depending on what the note content is of your sequence. And this is also, each of those is just running a monophonic sequence. So if we were to crank those over to chords, we're just going to hear a whole bunch of craziness. So let's go back and let's start just mono, one note. Here comes major. You can go ahead and trim that down and say, okay, I don't really need them all on chord mode. That's how you kind of can lock your sequences together with an external MIDI controller.